we're going to go now is we're going to actually show you how this process was built out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the actual process itself. So as you can see, we have multiple versions because we have ways of versioning these products, so we can create multiple versions. You can have the version that's running, which is active, as you can see the A here. You can create other versions that you may work on and be enhancing, and things like that. We're going to double-click on this. This is going to open us into our App Studio. App Studio is where we develop and design the workflow. If you're familiar with Visio or haven't seen Visio before, this is very similar to a Visio or a business process modeling tool. You can see you have your objects on here or activities that are showing the way the workflow flows. Up here we have human activities where we're showing here forms, and we have messages and tasks. We have web services. Remember that we have process escalation that I talked about in order to be able to escalate processes or things like that. We have different ways of switching to do parallel or serial processing, add the KPIs like I told you, and things like that. On the top, we have a very ribbon familiar thing, so people are using a development environment, maybe Word or thing like that, can come in and see. We're going to do copy, paste. We can manage it, put permissions on it. We can do collaboration. We have full version control in here where you can check out and check in. So built right into the product, we're allowing you to also have an audit trail of who touched what, when, how they updated, and things like that. If you want, you can also incorporate this into an external version management or source control tool. In the diagrams, we have comments and swim lanes. This keeps everything very organized. Again, down here we have lots of different objects and activities you can put in. You know, we connect into Dynamic CRM. We can connect them to SAP. We can talk to databases, web services, SharePoint, and we have server side. On this side, we have properties. This associates, as you can see, as I click on each different little box, the properties change. These are very similar to anything setting up properties within the organization. So basically, as easy as it is to build this, we can go over here and say we need to add another activity to this. We click on this, we're given a form. We basically just right-click here, left-click here, and set in a quick bind. So you can see how quick it is to add a new activity. Could have been a message or a task on this form, and we can connect these to other activities. We can connect them to switches or things like that. So you can see very quick to build it. So a business analyst would come in and build out the process and not have to worry about the back end, and then as working along they could add the information as they go along once they had the actual process. Once we have the process built out, we want to start adding forms and functionality to it. So this is not just like a static form that you'd normally be used to in another modeling tool or Visio. This actually is a dynamic tool that actually lets you interact with what's going to be displayed when you get to those particular steps. So as we click on this, you can see we're brought into, and if you remember, the very first form we said was the service request form. This is an HTML form. You can see we have our data sources that we're talking to all those different data sources in the back-end systems that I told you. We have functions of the drop-downs and everything, and over here we have our toolbox with all different things, validation controls. We can validate the data and keep it consistent. We can call subviews and things like that. If we want to add another row or add some more information, we just come over here, we right-click. We're going to say insert a row below. So as you can see, again, easy to drive. We can come over here and say we're going to add a label. Perhaps we need to add region. We're going to say region. We're going to come over here, and maybe region is going to be another drop-down box. So we're going to sit here and pick this. We're going to just do a combo box. So you can see how easy we can sit there, and if we wanted to, we could add choices dynamically into it. We could just add choices to it, or we could tie into a back-end database. So you can see, very easy to use this. This whole development environment in App Studio allows business process to be built by business and IT users together so they can collaborate. This reduces development time. This improves collaboration between teams. And you can benefit from the advanced modeling capabilities and advanced debugging capabilities that we have in this. So, you know, we allow the collaboration in the team, and we find that customers find this much use because, you know, you're working with the teams together. I'm just going to delete this right now out of here so I don't forget.